Hi, my name is Megan Buchter, and I'm the director of the Fowler Center for Business as an Agent of World Benefit at the Weatherhead School of Management at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio. At the Fowler Center, our mission is to educate students about the transformative power of business to make a positive impact globally. One of our key initiatives is the AIM2Flourish program, which collaborates with professors and universities worldwide. Through this program, students interview business leaders or social entrepreneurs from companies they admire and write stories highlighting how these businesses contribute to one or more of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. These stories are published on the AIM2Flourish website, showcasing the remarkable efforts of businesses globally. Additionally, each year we award the annual Flourish Prizes, selecting one honoree for each of the 17 UN Global Goals from the stories published in the previous year, as determined by a rigorous jury process. I'm very honored today to be here celebrating our Flourish Prize honorees for Global Goal number 3, Good Health and Well-Being, for our 2024 Flourish Prizes. I'm joined today by my colleague, Ayushi Argawal, who's our program director for AIM2Flourish. And we love conducting these interviews and having these conversations with our AIM2Flourish story writers and professors and school directors and business leaders about the amazing things that they're doing all over the world in support of the global goals. And today I'm joined by our honoree team, like I said, for global goal number 3 from the National Research University Higher School of Economics. And I have today with me our Professor Ekaterina Ivanova and a few of her student authors that wrote a story about Motorica, a company in Russia. I'm also here today with Ivan Protaskov, who is part of the leadership team at the university. Ivan, I'd love to start by just asking you a little bit about telling us about the program that you have at your university and how Business for Good and the UN Global Goals and AIM2Flourish fit into what you're doing.
Okay, thank you, Megan. I'm very glad to see all of you here. And first of all, my former students of Master International Management Program graduated this summer in July. Obviously, I'm very grateful to Case Western Reserve University for this opportunity, for this amazing and incredible project on sustainable development, which can gather students and faculties from different countries around exactly this global topic, the Sustainable Development Goals. In fact, for our program is very important for different reasons, because Master International Management, obviously, we teach courses and issues which directly concern sustainable development goals, and not by case in all our programs. I mean, at Graduate School of Business, we have compulsory courses on sustainable development, sustainable management, and social responsibility of business. And Ekaterina Ivanova, I suppose, will talk about it, because she's directly involved in this teaching process. But for our program, Master International Management, which counts now, I mean, the new enrollment and the second year, 150 students, and more than half are international students coming from 22 countries. Can you imagine it? So the team which represented our university, our program, this project was a small part of this big international universe of our program, exactly. And can you imagine 5 students representing 5 different countries? And I'm very happy to say that probably this small model, this included in the big project of Flourish Prize, corresponds perfectly also not only to the third Sustainable Development Goal was about the project, but also the fourth one, because all students participated in this project from outside as many other my students, international students, they can study with our scholarships. It means exactly the fourth sustainable goal on inclusive and equitable and quality education. So once again, I'm very happy that my students are winners. I'm very happy that you appreciated their support, their participation. And once again, it's a small part of our common big work on sustainable development, not only in third, but also fourth and others sustainable development goals. So thank you once again, congratulations, and let's go on.
Thank you so much. It's really nice to hear about your program and how our Aim to Flourish program fits into that, but also just about the commitment that your school has to teaching students about the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, as well as kind of this program based on, you know, international kind of global development for good. So it's really exciting to hear about that, and to have you on this call to celebrate your students and the work that they did here for our Flourish Prize winning story this year. Ekaterina, I'd love to hear a little bit from you. You've been with us for so long. You've used the Aim to Flourish program for so many years. And we're so supportive of having you and your students. And we love reading the stories that come out, that come from Russia about these amazing companies and what they're doing. This isn't even your first Flourish Prize. We've had these conversations with you before. So I'd just love to hear a little bit more about kind of how you've used Aim to Flourish in your class, and then some of the outcomes that you've seen from using it.
Thank you so much, Megan. Indeed, it's always a surprise and a big honor for us to get a prize. And this year, it was a total surprise to get SDG 3 in our collection. We now have, apart from SDG 4 and 17, I think the one which is the most relevant to each one of us, good health and well-being. So yes, that's an honor. And I think I have over 70 stories already at the platform. And I'm super happy that I've been able to publish on that and also engage my students in research. So answering to your questions, some of them get so inspired that they use Aim to Flourish data in their master theses. And that's another way of having impact that we create through disseminating the wonderful stories. And this October, we will be presenting part of the research that was done on Aim to Flourish data set by one of my ex-students, Marina Klevtsova, who is also a graduate of Graduate School of Business of this master's program in international management. But now back to our story of Motorica, the company which was our major hero for this year, and the amazing product that they're doing for people who don't have hands for whatever reasons, who lost their hands and now they have an artificial hand. So I'm really happy that students were able to discover this story on their own, but they'll tell about this in a few moments. And how I use Aim to Flourish, it's very simple. Whenever I had an opportunity to teach graduate students, I would always have Aim to Flourish as the final group assignment instead of an exam. So in this case, that was a course on sustainable management for global business. And the students, they had this assignment as their final assignment, which was a substitute of an exam. So that was a lot of points in their final grade and a lot of responsibility because the course was quite short. But they did an amazing job finding an interview partner, conducting an interview and writing the story. So that's the process that is always there. It's quite intense because it's end of the year, closer to Christmas time. So everyone wants to go on holidays, but then we have to also complete the story. And for you guys, also, this is the deadlines that we have to meet so that we can participate in the competition. So that was the kind of a little bit stressful for all of us. But, you know, when I was preparing for our today's recording, I realized that I met Motorica first time in 2018, when I met Dmitry Koshechkin, who was the ambassador for Motorica in Russia. And what we did together, we did a TED Talk in Nizhny Novgorod, he did his on being an ambassador of Motorica, and I did mine on what is sustainability mindset and the importance of SDGs. And I never realized that this is the connection that I had. So thanks to students who then rediscovered this company to me, because at that point I didn't have this connection. But unfortunately, Dmitry is no longer alive. So I really wanted to devote today's recording to him as a bright person who was so full of energy that we just met for maybe a couple of hours, but I really deeply remember him because of his character, of his lightness, of his love for life. And that's the connection that I was able to make thanks to the amazing story that our students have created. And also, as I was reading the story, there was a connection to other two winners, Wimpelcombe and Kaspersky from the previous year, which I realized that they are embedded in the story. So you see the interconnection of life and how this all interplays. That was another amazing discovery for myself when I realized that our students somehow are connecting the best in the industry, the most innovative companies, and they select really amazing stories, which then independent jury selects as Flourish winners. So I'll stop here and get back to you, Megan. And thanks a lot. This was that was an amazing journey for all of us. I'm really proud, and congratulations once again to the students and the team who did this amazing story.
Thank you, Ekaterina, for sharing this. This is like really indeed great. And I want to join with you in congratulating your students in bringing this story and invention of Motorica. And I would say, like, what a full circle. Like, you met them in 2018, and after 6 years, it's your students who actually brought this innovation to our global platform. And it's always wonderful to read the stories that come from Russia. And what you mentioned, yes, holiday season becomes a little bit stressful even for us because we have like a lot of stories and we have to kind of like work really hard to make sure that they are published. But what a wonderful, amazing experience to read these innovations. Now, my question, I would just like to, because we have two amazing students from the team, and my question is to you. This particular AIM2Flourish assignment actually uses appreciative inquiry kind of a framework. So I would just like to know, after doing this assignment, does this story, the interaction with the founder or with the founding team, did it influence you in any manner? Did it influence you positively, or does it influence your career choices or your life mission overall? What's the impact of this particular assignment on you at a personal as well as a professional level?
If you let me answer this, I guess I'd like to answer this question with pre-story. I actually met with Alexei, the founder, before when I was studying in my first year. The course started in the second year, and I entered to AIM2Flourish in the second year. And when Alexei was promoting his business ideas, there was a course which was called internationalization of startup businesses or Russian businesses to promote them outside, like on a global scale. And that company was the one that caught my eyes, and I actually communicated with Alexei. He invited us, me and other my group mates, to their innovative center in Skolkovo, where we have watched what they're making. We have seen the prosthetics live, like with our own eyes, and I got inspired. And my term paper was dedicated to this company. In particular to its internationalization, and how can it be affordable for people in other countries. So I got my good mark for my term paper, and then I decided to stay in touch with them, and I wanted his story, his business unit, to get a little bit popular, because I knew that they were doing quite a good thing, quite a bright thing. And this course just appeared, and I was like, boom, guys who are in my team, we have to make this story about Motorica. I made everybody was like, no, green, no, not that story. I was like promoting it. I gathered all the data. I made everybody contact with Alexei, and so that is how it happened. And AIM2Flourish was quite a useful tool for this story to be published for a more versatile and more populated place. And the story, I'm happy that the story got its audience, some sort of notice, more of a notice, and on a more global scale, because that is the innovation that can positively affect for a better, bigger scale that could lead to a better life of lots of thousands and millions of people. So that's why I only got really good experience from AIM2Flourish. Actually, before starting our projects, I was reading a lot of other articles that were published in AIM2Flourish. The one that I remember is about consumption of clothing brands and etc. It was from Spain, if I'm not mistaken. So that was stuck in my mind, and decided to, okay, let's find something in this area and move on. But Motorica was still my first choice, and I'm really happy that this story is published on such a versatile place.
Thank you for sharing that. This is wonderful. And I think all your hard work actually paid off. And finally, we all know about Motorica. I still remember when I read it for the first time, and when we were doing a shortlist for Global Goal 3 story. I mean, I think Megan and I would agree that this was one of our favorites. We really, really liked it. So maybe Cecil, would you like to share something?
Sure, exactly. So the things when we did the project, we understood how Motorica integrated really different technologies into one system, like entertainment and the new innovative sides like eSIM technologies and all those totally different aspects. VR technology we basically use for the entertainment, right? The games and so on. How they thought that we can use this gaming entertainment for how to create a rehabilitation process, how to make it easier, especially for kids, because this getting a prosthesis is a major. It makes a huge difference to their lifestyle, right? Because they are used to not having limbs, and now they have to start everything from the zero. So how they thought how to make this process easier by integrating this gaming technology, and not only just gaming, it's the VR technology, the latest technologies into this. So while I'm also trying to build my own brands and everything, my entrepreneurs businesses. So this gave me the chances, and it brightened my ideas how I can integrate different technologies and different ideas into one platform and make it to more customer friendly and make it more useful for the society. Exactly. So, and also how our businesses should align with the society and the future of society, future of generations, because these SDG goals are focusing on the future generations, right? Not about the current generation, how we can create a better place for the future, especially for next generation, how can they have a better place? Now the earth is dying, as the scientists say, and we need to create it a better place. So how the businesses should focus on creating a better society and a better future for the next generations to live in a better place. So that's what taught this project to me, make business, make money, but make it for the society.
And make it responsibly, right? Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you, Cecil. Thank you, Isenam. Thank you for sharing your experiences with us. Over to you, Megan.
Thanks so much, Ayushi. We're so thrilled to get a chance to hear about your experience interviewing Motorica, and it was really cool to hear about how you discovered the company and how you pushed your team, Isenam, to go and interview them. And I'm sure now they're all really thankful to you that they did that, because obviously we recognize that story, we love that story. And Ekaterina, I also noticed the connection to the previous Flourish Prize honorees that we had the chance to interview a few years ago, and that was just really cool to really see those connections and see everything really come together. So we're just thrilled to celebrate this company and to celebrate you. I have one question that I ask everybody that we do these interviews with. It's kind of a wild question, but it's one of our favorite questions. It's one of, we love hearing the answers from everybody in all of these different interviews that we've done. And so we do want everybody to answer the question. And so that's this. It's a very appreciative inquiry style question. The question that we ask is this. Imagine that you were to fall asleep tonight into a very deep sleep, and it turns out this is the best sleep of your life because you sleep for the next 6 years. And when you wake up, it's 2030, and the world looks exactly like you've always wanted it to. So everything that you're dreaming right now and that you're working towards right now has come true. And so what is it that you see? Could be, you know, for yourself or for the world or for your university or for the program that you're running. But what is it that you see in 2030 when you see that everything that you've worked toward has been accomplished?
It's an amazing question. Oh, okay, let me start. Since it's the end of the time period when we're supposed to reach SDGs, and I hope that we will be that far. And the most relevant SDGs for us, that people are in good health. In this case, that's what we're celebrating today. So I would love to see more people feeling themselves better mentally, physically, so less burnout, and that we have managed to solve other interconnected problems like the world peace. That is now also a big issue. So I wish no more wars happening, and that we will be living in peace, and that everyone can travel easily, and that we can connect to each other at all levels, and that education has the power of connection, the cultural connections, that the diversity that we have in all national contexts, that would allow us to understand each other, and that we can connect deeply at this level, and everyone would be doing their best at wherever they are. If we are professors, then I guess we would have our Graduate School of Business as top business school in Russia, with all possible accreditations that are part of this game. That Prime Eurasia chapter, where we are now building the community of responsible business schools, will be thriving, and our students will be citizens of the world, continuing the spirit of AIM2Flourish and SDGs in whatever walks of life that they have selected. So that's my small story, and anyone who is ready to go next.
In my point of view, like I'm building some businesses, so I would love to see that all of my businesses are like successful business by 6 years, if it's possible. Yeah, definitely. In the world's perspective, like I've been to some countries, India, Russia, now USA. So I've seen the difference, and I'm from Sri Lanka. It's a developing country as well. So I've seen the difference of lifestyle of students, children, and even the adults. Like when I was in India, I saw how the lifestyle difference from the poor people. Actually, it's like I'm not sure about word to use, but there are like the huge difference gap. There's a huge gap between the wealthiest and the normal people. So, and even in USA and even in Russia, we could see that it's everywhere in the world. There's inequality of resources and inequality of everything, almost, even the foods, basic human needs, shelter, food, education, mostly, and access to the opportunities. So I would love to see those gaps being reduced more, and each and every student has better opportunities for higher educations. Like I'm so grateful for the Russian government and Sri Lankan government, because like I studied my bachelor's degree and my master's degree both with scholarships, full scholarships. So that's the things that the government should provide more. Better education for not only for their own students, but for the international students as well. So I'm grateful for that opportunity, like my entire lifestyle, because I am who I am today because of that, and I'm who I am today because of the free education in Sri Lanka. So if I had to pay for everything, and my parents are not like from the wealthiest families, so I wouldn't be able to achieve these dreams of mine. So I'm grateful for that, and I want to see more students and more children come to see these like what we call developed countries and from the developing countries. So that is my ultimate dream to see, and I would do anything that I could help to do that. Thank you.
Let me answer the question then. I actually agree and like the 2030 version of both Ekaterina, Professor Ekaterina Ivanova, and Nim as well. In my version, I also would like to see a world of peace, of happy people, and I would like to see those who are in need are getting what they want and they need. Necessarily, I mean that the basic needs, human needs, human rights, they are satisfied, and people are doing what they really like to do, what they really want to do, instead of living within a survival mode, so that they can pay more attention to their psychological health, to their just physical state as well, so they can really live the life, not survive it. And I hope all the children are having a happy childhood, living through a really rich childhood, because I have like little siblings. We have really big age gap with them, and when I hear horrible stories about children within the war zones or other in a hunger place, my heart aches and breaks for them. So I hope that all children are getting what they need to have a happy childhood, and they are getting shelter, they're getting their opportunities to live a happy childhood and their dreams achieved. When it comes to my personal, is about my family's well-being, and about, I don't know, maybe the investments that I make, I don't know, they're getting higher or bigger or better. And I have some sort of shelter, and I am also having the life that I want to live, not survive.
I suppose we all think more or less in the same way, because my professional and my personal dream, yeah, I have a dream, I would say. It's the same, and in fact, it's an incredible dream, which corresponds to all was said before me previously. No more borders. Professional dream, because obviously I'm international relations, personal one. Two, no more borders means no more inequalities, respectiveness, inclusiveness. And finally, no more borders probably will be possible when all sustainable development goals will be reached.
Thank you so much. That's one of our favorite parts of our conversations, because we ask all of our interviewees to answer the question. And we really get a chance to hear from all over the world, the kind of world that we want to see in 2030. And, you know, if we don't talk about what that world looks like, we're not going to be able to achieve it. So we really appreciate the chance to hear all of your answers. We've really appreciated the chance to talk to you more about the AIM2Flourish program in your classes, in your program, as well as your experience with Motorica, and getting a chance to interview them and really share their story about how they're supporting global goal number 3, good health and well-being. So I just want to say a final thank you to all of you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you joining us. And we really loved our conversation today. And we look forward to continuing to share the story and share the good work that you're doing at your university with, you know, everyone we possibly can. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.